Well, friends, welcome to our mini live for tonight. I don't think I'm going to need any Stones ginger wine tonight, to be very honest. And in any event, I'm out of it anyways. The moderators, thank you guys very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much so far for sending the emails and just give me some time. I'm going to respond. I have something I wanted to clear on with you guys. But yeah, here we go again. Angelina is saying that Amber is holding on to straws. And at this point, guys, I don't know. She could be right. She could be right that Amber at this point in time is holding on to straws and that there's really nothing left to fight for the way we see it. But you know what, guys? I want y'all to keep hope. Don't get too discouraged. Don't get too disheartened. Just see them as skits. Let's go.
Hate that had to happen in front of Kai.
Me
Like
too.
I really don't want my son in the midst of all this drama. And I feel guilty, like responsible for it.
Well, don't feel responsible necessarily. I think maybe you should now think about maybe not allowing her to bait you in.
So hold on, so hold on. She must feel responsible. So shouldn't she be responsible? She is responsible. She's the one that caused all of this. And if she didn't cause all of this, she would never actually had this happening. Now again, some people go and pinpoint and they're going to say, yes, but Anthony was doing this and he was doing that. And I hear all of those comments. But the truth is that Shayla went over there and tried to get this man to swing into her direction. If she had never tried all of this and kept going back and knowing what she should have done, then this would not have happened. She could have closed her legs. The truth is that a man can whistle from now till next week. If the woman closes her legs, then so be it. You understand?
Right? Like you don't have to return fire right then and there. But I understand because I wanted to grab her by her neck when I saw her pop out of that car.
Mom, do you know what I realized today?
What?
That it is really over between me and Anthony.
Oh, honey. I know it.
Let's
I
let's
just
let's get a couple things straight. She's not grabbing anybody by their neck. That's number one. And true, yes. I don't even know if it's fully even over in a Sheila. To be honest with you, I'm now starting to think and wondering if it's really over. I too am thinking that. If it's really, really over, because the truth is, if it really was over, right? And I'm gonna give it from a man's space. If this was really over, then the man would have put in more things. The man would have put in more things there, but it's not happening that way. But we know for sure that Angelina wasn't winning any fights. And she didn't want Amber at all. It is Sheila's fault, guys. I'm gonna say that. Let me ask y'all a question. Is this all Sheila's fault? There we go. One for yes and two for no. And y'all know what I mean. So don't try to see if you can get political on me when it comes to be saying it's Sheila's fault.
just the fact that he allowed Amber to call me a whore in front of his face.
And I wanted to smash her face for that. You are not a whore.
Yes, she is. So let's ask the question. She says she's not. So let's ask the question. Is Shayla a, we're not going to use the word that they're using, but we're going to use 304. Is Shayla a 304? Yes, one for yes, and two for no. Is Shayla a 304? One for yes and two for no. You know exactly what 304 mean. Whatever word that they're using right now on the screen, that's what they mean.
It's just crazy the way he protects Amber. Like, she's the one that cheated on him with Wayne. I've never cheated on him. She cheated on him multiple times. And he still, I mean, that's just the relationship that he wants to be in. That's what he chooses. And
Just look at Shayla now acting as though all of a sudden she has become extremely holy. You may not have cheated on Anthony, but you cheated on Arby. And you cheated on Mike as well. You've been cheating on a bunch of people out here. You see, that's notice how Angelina is sitting down and as well, just the same, she's encouraging the foolishness. Shayla says she believes it's her fault, and she's saying, no, it's not her fault. Really? What do you mean it's not Shayla's fault?
I just have to accept it so I can move on with my life. I'm tired of fighting with Amber. It's so unnecessary.
I
Like,
understand.
what what was she even thinking coming over here to check her husband and put him in his place? Like, shouldn't they do that at home?
Well, that's because
She tired of dealing with it. That's as far as she's concerned. Nanya where you say, oh Clarence, I can't wait until they find out. And that's not Anthony's baby. I'm going to send some clinics in the mail. Y'all's comments are very, very funny. Ashley says, all of Atlanta has been with Shayla. Every single person. So I don't know what she's making it seem as though she's this holier than thou kind of person. Rico DIY says Shayla seems to forget that she cheated with Arby and Mike. That's my point. So when she's making it seem as though she's this virtuous woman who has never done anything in her lifetime, it's just unfair. It's out of this world as to be able to believe that. M. Johnson says, Anthony's just as much to blame as Shayla. I blame him even more because he was married to Amber and he bought his aka baby mother apartment and was giving her money and continued cheating. This is the point that I'm making, M. Johnson. You are the woman and you're in control of your body. If that man had taken it without any just cause at all, it would have been classified as raping. They would have had a case, they would have put him in a jail cell. This has got to stop. Women have more control than anything else when it comes to the whole idea of that. Now, as far as it's concerned, can we say Anthony have some part to play in it? Yes, but this whole entire thing is Shayla's fault. We're not going to even try to miss we can miss with that. She was the one who initiated all of this. And after initiating all of this, this is where she is. She cannot complain about the things that she has asked for. So don't even bother with it. She had a man before everybody.
obviously he didn't want to let her know that he was coming over here. And number two, he wants the peace and sanctity of being able to spend time with you and Kai, with, of course, with no fighting, which is why I apologized. But let me tell you, you don't have to give up on what could be with Anthony. Just allow it. Do you trust your mother?
I trust you, Mom, but
Do you see what's happening, M. Johnson? This is still a man who is married. And listen to the advice that her mother is giving. And then you're going to talk about this is Anthony's fault. No. Let's put this where it really and truly is. This is delusion. Just like how some of the time I complain with the Amber character, I say Amber is allowing Anthony to run circles around her. It is the same thing on the Shayla side. Me tell you what the story is. The story is, ladies, have some self-respect and don't allow the Pookie and Riri, whether it is a ghetto Pookie and Riri, or it is a what you call it, high value Pookie and Riri. That's what's going on right here. So that's exactly what's going on.
just I know it's over between me and Anthony. And honestly, I'm sick of this. Like I am drained of all my life's energy about this. I'm tired of fighting with Amber. I'm tired of fighting with Anthony. I'm sick of all this happening in front of my son. It's just not fair.
I agree. I agree with you. But I do want you to know that Anthony was checking you out today.
Mom, I don't care about that.
You hear what's going on? You hear how her mother thinks about this? This is a married man. The girl's mother is still telling her all of this. Charmin says the only reason why Anthony continued at first because he has of his bruised ego. Yes, and Shayla continued to encourage the entire piece. Listen to me, man. You have a choice to stop encouraging the foolishness. People can't complain when you have somebody encouraging the crap. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And then you say, oh, well, everything is fine. No. Charmin, exactly. Anthony and Shayla stepped together on January 20th, and that would have had Kai due in October, not September. So some people are saying that is not his kid. Of course, there's always that little axiom that's there. Judy says she started pursuing that man. Why? When he asked her what she thinks about proposing to Amber. Y'all forget this story. I realize that what has happened is that the lady them so quick to see exactly them can bring this thing to the man. And listen to me, don't feel away now because I cuss the man off. I continuously to give the man what him supposed to get. But let's not miss here and forget exactly what's happening. And like we don't see what's going on. The woman is out of line. That's exactly what's going on. She's out of line.
I know, but I
He's
just wanted
checking
to
me
let you
out.
know.
He didn't possess Amber to feel like she can drive up to your house and fight with us.
Amber's holding on to straws.
So Angelina's thing is that Amber's holding on to straws. The question is Amber holding on to straws? You know what? The truth is, that's the one thing I can say. One for yes, and two for no, and I'll start reading some comments. One for yes and two for no. Is Amber holding on to straws at this point in time? That's a good question. The very moment she met Anthony, she started fantasizing about him and her. She's wicked. Thank you very much, Mary. I think people don't watch the story long enough, and so them forget them forget how far Shayla is coming from with all of this nonsense, and then want to make it look as though this was just a thing that occurred with Anthony just yesterday. This never just occurred just yesterday. This woman has been trying to go after this man from before them even married, and I think y'all are forgetting that. Wanna forget all of them things here. Shayla's feeling so sad because Amber hit her with some punchlines. She did hit her with some punchlines. That is correct. Angelina is all about the money. She wants to make sure her daughter continues to have security. Exactly. That's what's going on here, as Monica said. Angela Phillips says she's always misleading Shayla's mind. Always. And Shayla has always been trying to get this man. Oh no, Amber's holding on to straws, but Anthony's gonna fall off the edge. Hmm. She is holding on to straws. That is true. That's the one thing I can say that pretty much is there. That's the one thing I can say that she's actually correct about. Amber should let her go as a friend when she tried on that wedding dress. Exactly. Gwen, I think people forget that Shayla was trying on Amber's wedding dress. Now, before they married, all of what Shayla has done is nothing new. People make it seem as though it happened yesterday. Want to make it seem like this just started, like it's a brand new thing. M. Johnson, you've been watching since the beginning. Then, if you have been watching since the beginning, you would have realized that Shayla has been after this man ever since. You would have realized that you'd have never made that comment. It's, M. Johnson, been on a stone ginger wine for you tonight. I'm drink water. Mm-mm. People say them say stone ginger wine on Amazon. I need to buy a bottle. I need to buy a bottle. Corletta says she bought Arby the same cologne as Anthony and gave it to Arby. Exactly. This girl has been a chronic cheater from whenever it is. Dora, where you said Dora? Dora says Amber needs to throw those straws away. That is true. She is holding on to some straws and she for throw them away. Mary, where you say Mary? And let's just look at it like this. Had Sonny would have stayed with the actor dude, she would have tried coming after him too. Because remember, she was fantasizing about him in the car. Yes, yes, this is exactly how Shayla is. I don't know where M. Johnson get all of this from. Y'all hate Anthony, but he does love Amber. Will they stay married? Who knows? It's not that we hate Anthony, no, Ozzy. I don't think hate is a strong frame for the Anthony character. I think more than anything else, people are disappointed. People are disappointed, and I think that they don't like the mere fact that this black man is taking advantage of this woman. Now, mark you, do other races of men take advantage of women as well? Of course they do. White men do, Asian men do, Indian men do, Hispanic men do. We're not saying nay. But for the sake of our little black community, please, the way that he's taking advantage of her, that I think is the biggest problem. That are the biggest problem in the entire fray of things. Alexis, where's Alexis? Anton is supposed to protect his wife, Amber. He's supposed to, but he's not. Those are the little pieces that we have. 10,000 a month plus child support. Shayla winning either way. Yep, Jeff, that's what's going on. 10,000 plus child support. Shall win either way. Marian, what you say, Marian? Yes, she was dreaming about Anthony and making passes at Anthony. A long time this has happened. People make it look like it is her fault. All of what has transpired is Shayla's fault, and people can't disseminate it. Her mother even not encourage foolishness. Her mother is encouraging this. It's mess because her childhood drama, and she's pushing Shayla to do the same thing that she wished her mom would have done, knowing it doesn't make sense. Exactly. She's giving her this thing, even though this man is a married man, cheated on him, and he married. Let me ask you a question. Can you cheat on a married man? Maybe that's the question. If, make sure I ask if you're the side, if you are the side chick, people don't even catch that. Can you cheat on a married man if you're the side chick? One for yes. and two for oh, do I have it right? One, yep, for yes, and two for no. There we go. Can you have that? That's what's going on here, guys. That is exactly what's going on here. Carolyn says what upset Shayla today is that Anthony stuck by his wife and left with her. Exactly. That upset her enough. It vexed her if you see that. You understand? It vexed her. I like the fact that you have a guitar. Preach to Panama. I love this. The fact that Shayla was told several times by Zash to leave this man alone, but she kept going. Now Shayla wants to make it seem like she hasn't done anything. Ah, preach to Panama. I love your comment. I love your comment because I think people like M. Johnson need to say this. M. Johnson, we love you, but we have to make you see these comments. Look how much time Zashri tell her to leave the man alone. Look how many times Candice tell her to leave the man alone. What did she say? And then when you don't know, you're going to tell me, say it's Anthony's fault, and people been telling you, say the man under your man. People have been telling you, say under your man. People have been telling you, it's not your man. It's your fault. You did all of this. You don't want to dot your eye again. You and your mama. Exactly. Sincere splash it right. Of her fault. Every single thing is her fault. This is all Shayla's fault. There's nothing else. I agree. Amber could come to get him to go home with her, and she couldn't. And that has crushed her because Amber took the man. So people are saying that Shayla is crushed because Amber took him away in front of her. This is what people are saying. One for yes and two for no. If you agree with that, one for yes and two for no. Carl, let me see where you say Carl. Let me see if I can highlight as many comments as I can. Nani, I believe Amber will have to help Anthony when all is said and done. You know what? Me hope say she don't help him, you know. Me hope say she help him from a distance. I prefer her to help him from a distance. From a distance, she can help Anthony get back to the way that he was before. Pum patum. She need to help him from a distance. Love can happen from a distance. You need to love Anthony from a distance. Anthony must be loved from a distance. Carolyn says Zashri told her to leave him because he was going back to his wife. Yes, you look like you forget them things here. And she defied all of these what you call it, these suggestions by people to leave the married man alone. So people are making it look now like say Shayla is this character that has been wronged, and the man was this upsetting and the man was this terrible. Listen to me again, ladies. You have the power to close your legs. You can tell a man no and the man have to go. That is one of the powers them women have. Women can tell a man for go and the man have to go. The only time a man don't go is when he's aggressive. And in that case, you can actually put something in place to get that man taken away. And you know it too. You know it. One of the things that a woman can do, that's one of the parts and women can that men pretty much can do. If a man get up and go to the police station and call the police and tell them, you know what, this woman has done all of these things to me, them going to laugh at him. They will laugh at him and move him one side. But if a woman call the police station and a man like that, you know which part him going. You can't stay there. Acting like you don't know how this thing work. Your legs can be closed. Your legs can be, a woman always has the power over whether or not women want to think this is. Women control, listen to me again. Women control the power, or let's say the access to, there we go. Let me see when I take one is one for yes and two for no. Listen to me, ladies. You control the power for that. I don't want a woman ever tell me say it's no man's fault. You control unless you have been something happened to you. Unless this man has forced himself on you, you control the access to this. You can't tell me say no man control nothing. Yeah. Rico DIY says, go back to watch that skit. Kai was born on August 30th, not October. There you go again. Women, you control the power to this. So this series is teaching that. So now woman are supposed to get up in the chat and I make it seem like say them not have no control and men is forcing you to do anything at all. That's why you have your phone. Pick up your phone and dial 911 if you think you're being forced. If you think that you're being forced, please pick up your phone, dial 911. You know what? Call O'Neill and O'Neill make a call for you. If you think something happened to you, ladies, tell O'Neill I'm me dial. You know, I'm have the phone right or so right now. Me dial it. Tell me who I'm me dial the phone for them. Just let me know. Let me know and I'll dial the number for you right now. Let me know. Let me know. Ladies, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon.